Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Girl Be Free podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, where I'm going to inspire and motivate you to show up for yourself. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. Can y'all believe it? We are on to another year. How exciting. Hopefully 2018 was great for you. If not, that's cool as well. I want you to take time and make sure that you're reflecting on what went well, what didn't go well, and how you can make this year an even better year for yourself. I want to get started with what I am loving this week, which is Danielle Laporte's Desire 2019 planner. So I'm not sure if I shared on the podcast before, but initially I was not going to buy a new planner for 2019 because I have purchased some in the past, and for some reason mid-year I seem to fall off track. So I started bullet journaling a few months ago and got really into it, but I still needed something. So I used the Desire Map workbook a few years ago and read through that. And so I understood the whole concept of setting goals with intention and how do you want to feel and all of that jazz. And so my friend Denise has been using Danielle Laporte's planner for a couple of years and raves about it. So I said, I'm going to buy it this year and I'm going to stick to it. And I'm saying it out loud to you just to hold myself accountable. And what I really like about it is that, as I just mentioned, it's all about like, how do you want to feel? How are the goals that you're setting for yourself helping you connect to your overall core feeling? And I really like that because I'm all about, again, setting goals with intention, taking action, but I want to be mindful of how do I want to feel, and start to do that in my everyday life versus trying to check off all these boxes. And then once I get to the end goal, then what? So I purchased the 2019 planner. I love it. I really love it. I purchased the daily one. So every day, you write down like your schedule for today, you write down your core feeling, you write down what you're grateful for, and then there's little breakdowns of body and wellness and some other things or whatever. And I really like the prompts. So that is the planner that I am using for 2019. I will link to it in the show notes. I am really excited about it. I already started writing down some things for the new year that I want to experience. So check that out. If you don't have a new planner, this is definitely one that I would recommend, especially if you're all about setting your goals with intention and being mindful and present and being connected overall to the dreams and goals that you're setting for yourself. Next up, I am highlighting our review of the week. And this week, I am highlighting, her name is YLM Righteous, and the title is Girl Be Free is All Good. I can already feel the dedication, determination, and sheer positivity and love oozing through your podcast. Looking forward to supporting, learning, and growing. Whoop, whoop, yes. Thank you so much for that. I totally appreciate it. Of course, you can leave your 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. And as always, you can share your feedback by shooting me an email at hello@girlbefree.com, as well as leaving comments on our Instagram page, Girl Be Free Podcast. I want to add to that, if you ever have a topic that you want me to discuss, or if there's a question that you would like me to answer, send that to hello@girlbefree.com, and I will do my best to work through that and share whatever feedback I can live on the podcast. All right, so today's topic is all about my year of 2019, what I'm looking forward to, and so much more. So to start this off, every year I I choose a word. And I also like to choose a mantra or phrase. And so this year, my word is leap, and my mantra or phrase is in flow. And I noticed over the last couple of years, I've been choosing verbs for my word of the year, which feels good because I'm always action based and how do I take action. But the reason that I chose leap is because I want to take big leaps and big chances in 2019. I really want to push myself out of my comfort zone and leap in a big way that I've never done before. With that word being in the forefront of my mind, when there's times when I'm dragging my feet or procrastinating or putting things off, I want that to be the center focus, to leap and to take chances. And then as far as my phrase, I want to be in flow to receive money, wealth, abundance, trust, love, connection. Like I really want to be in flow to receive. And so the word leap and being in flow will be my, like I said, word and phrase for the year for me to kind of stick to as I move towards accomplishing the goals that I have set forth that I'm going to share with you towards the end of this episode. So I wrote down some questions that I wanted to kind of break down on how I am going to set the tone for 2019. A lot of these questions can be found in a previous episode called 21 Questions. So if you still haven't reflected over the year or whatever, like go back and listen to that episode and start to journal your responses for those questions. So the first question is what I want to create, discover, and explore this year. As far as create, I want to create a self-care ritual that I stick to. So that will consist of taking baths, doing a skincare ritual, Reiki sessions, massages, meditating, of course, like anything that will help me evolve, right, in my self-care practice. That's what I want to create. And I want a ritual that I stick to and that's very consistent. I want to discover new ways to create multiple streams of income. So right now I have a few, but I hear or I've read like you need to have at least 7 different streams of income. So that's something that I want to discover this way of how to branch out and have more ways to have multiple streams of income. I want to explore new relationships, both in my personal life and my business. And what I mean by that is that I want to spend more time connecting with people online and offline and really developing and exploring new relationships. I just want to spend more time like creating new relationships and building them over time and building my network. As far as personal, I've shared in a previous episode that I just reconnected with my brother. So I'm definitely looking forward to cultivating that relationship and what's to come and just seeing where that will go and other opportunities in my personal life where I'm able to just explore in that way. That's a goal of mine. The next question is, what do I want my everyday life to be like? And I honestly want it to be easeful. Like, I want to do things with ease. I don't want pressure. I don't want stress. I want everything to be easeful and I want it to be in flow and I want to be in alignment. And if it's not that way, then I don't want it. Like, I want peace of mind as I build this business, as I grow personally. Like, I just want it to be easeful. I want peace and I want to be in flow. The next question is, what do you want to achieve career-wise? When I thought about this question, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of things that I want. There's a lot of things that I want to create or achieve, in my career. And number one, or the main thing, is that I want to host a sold-out retreat. I'm hosting my first retreat in October of this year, which I'm beyond excited about. And you're going to be hearing about that very soon. More details to come. But yes, I want a sold out retreat. I also want more paid speaking opportunities and getting paid my worth. That is very important to me. And then the last part is that I want to host events in other cities, other states. You guys have been reaching out to me, asking me when I'm coming to these different places. And so this year, a big goal of mine is making that happen. Specifically with 2 to 3 states is what I want to cross off my list. This next one, I'm going to do a whole podcast episode on this question, but some things came to mind as I was reflecting and writing. What do I know for sure? And what I know for sure, and the reason that this question is important is because as I set the tone for 2019, this is going to help me keep everything into perspective. And so what I know for sure is that I am in my purpose. I am doing exactly what I have been put on earth to do. I understand very clearly that there is a calling on my life. It is so powerful, and that I am here on earth to teach women specifically how to show up for themselves, how to put themselves first and make their needs a priority, how to believe in yourself again, and to cultivate the life that you want and be free. I understand that that is my purpose. That is one of the many reasons that I am here. I know that without any question. I've said before, there's no doubt in that. Like, that has been confirmed to me over and over and over again. I also know for sure that my dreams are possible and that I can have whatever it is that I desire. I believe that, like, the big dreams that I have about speaking at Essence Festival, being featured in magazines, opening my space one day, traveling the world to speak to women all over the world, like, my dreams are possible. And I believe that with every thing in my being, and that I can have whatever I desire, especially as long as my mindset is right. And that is really huge. And I'm going to be talking a lot about mindset in the Be Free Inner Circle as well as on this podcast, because in order to achieve and to accomplish the things that you want, your mind has to be right. And you have to believe that it's possible for you. Like I said on the previous episode, if there's a lack of confidence, if there's self-doubt, all of that plays a huge role into you achieving the dreams and goals that you have for yourself. Also, what I know for sure is that God sees me and that I don't ever have to worry about anything. And when I do worry, I'm wasting time. Because at the end of the day, God sees me, loves me, and I'm always going to be taken care of. And I know that for sure. The next thing is, I know for sure that I have the power to change my life. And I know that it has nothing to do with anyone else. I'm not waiting on anyone else to give me permission to do anything. I have the power to change my life. And whatever I don't like, I can change it in the matter of just a thought, of shifting my beliefs and my thought process. I have the power to change my life. And knowing that I have the power to change my life, that means that my dreams are possible because I can make them possible by showing up and doing the work. And then the last thing that I know for sure is that my past does not define me. What I've been through, whatever has happened to me, that does not define me at all, and it does not predict my future. I can heal from whatever it is that I have been through, even though I didn't have the best childhood. That has nothing to do with who I am today. And again, I'm going to do a whole episode on this because there's so much that I can share. All right, the next question or prompt is, the most courageous thing I can do in 2019 is to show up and take big leaps and get out of my comfort zone. And even when I'm afraid, even when I don't understand how things are going to work out, even when it gets overwhelming, because it will, I can do it afraid and I can take chances. And at the end of the day, everything will always be okay and everything will always work out for me. And so keeping that in the forefront of my mind, especially when I said, like, my word for the year is to leap. So that's going to help me be more courageous in getting out of my comfort zone and doing it afraid. The next question is, what will I invest in 2019 that will change my life for the better? So a couple of things. As far as money-wise, what will I invest my money in? A gym membership, which I've already committed to back in November, and I'm going to be consistent with that. And so that is an investment that I am very proud of because, again, I shared that my physical health is very important to me. In 2018, I really did a poor job, in my opinion, of taking care of my health. Not a really poor job, but poor enough where I'm not content with where I'm at. So that investment is very important. I'm also hiring a VA, a virtual assistant, to help me in my business. And then I'm going to invest my time by getting up at 5 a.m. Monday through Friday and sticking to my schedule. If I reflect back on 2018, one thing that I lacked consistency with was getting up in the morning so that I can be productive and get things done. I'm saying out loud and sharing with you that I'm going to invest my time by getting up at 5 a.m., making sure that I stick to that so that I can be productive throughout the day. The next question is, what will I say yes to? I'm going to say yes to planning ahead of time, making sure that I'm using the planner, my Desire Map planner, taking time on Sundays to really prep and plan for the week, making sure that my planner aligns with my Google Calendar and that I'm on task. The second part is I'm saying yes to a healthy lifestyle, reducing the amount of junk food that I eat. So not that I'm getting rid of it altogether, but not consuming it as much, making sure that I'm drinking a gallon of water per day, working out, and just committing to a healthy lifestyle, healthy eating overall. And when I say healthy lifestyle, not just physical health, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like all of that is a part of my healthy lifestyle. The next question is, what will I say no to? Wasting time on social media. I do love being on social. It's been nice to have this break since November or what have you. That has been really good for me. And I do know that I waste a lot of time being on there. And so I'm going to be more mindful of the time that I'm on there, like making sure that I'm connecting and posting like I do, not just on there scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, because that's just a complete waste of time. I'm also going to say no to taking less than what I am worth. So one thing that I spent time doing, and I'm still working through this, is knowing my worth and knowing my value. I understand that the words that come out of my mouth, the things that I share, the resources, the tools, and all of that, everything that I know is valuable. And when I speak, I know that someone's life will be changed as a result of what I have to share. And that has a pricing point, right? So for me, not taking less than what I am worth is very important because I have been in spaces where I've done things and regretted doing it. And that's because I didn't spend time on what is my worth, you know? The next prompt is new experiences that I want to have. And I want to travel to new places. That's really important to me. So in 2018, I didn't travel as much as I would have liked. And so that's something that I'm putting back in the forefront of my mind and making sure that I'm being intentional with is traveling to new places and then also having new experiences is important to me. The next question is, what do I want to learn more about? And I really want to focus on deepening my spiritual practice and then also learning more about myself. And that means who I am and then who I want to become. So that's what I want to learn more about. So now I'm going to share a few of my goals for 2019. And I would love for you to share your goals with me as well. Whether you pop into the Be Free Inner Circle and share them there, maybe you share them on the Girl Be Free podcast Instagram page, or you can shoot me an email at hello@girlbefree.com and let me know what are your goals for 2019. So a few of mine are, number one is I want to do a better job at supporting small businesses. So I like to buy gifts. I like to do things for the members of the Be Free Inner Circle, my coaching clients, friends, family. And so I want to do a better job at supporting small businesses, especially with the focus on Black-owned women businesses or Black-owned businesses in general. But supporting small businesses is very important, and that's going to be a goal of mine this year. And as I discover new businesses that I'm supporting, I'm definitely going to share them with you. I know I've shared a few on here before, but I'll continue to do that. Another goal is to lose 10 pounds and to tone up and then maintain my weight loss. I want to learn how to swim this year. I do not know how to swim. I'm not proud of that. In 2018, I made sure that my kids learned how to swim, so I'm very proud of that. Now it's my turn to learn how to swim. I also want to take an improv class. So I shared this in the Be Free Inner Circle that I am hilarious. I am very funny. My friends and peers laugh at me all the time. I always wonder, like, what if I did stand up? What would that be? I don't know if I will actually ever do stand up, but I definitely want to take an improv class just to get a feel for it. I'm also hiring an assistant this year. I'm going to host 2 to 3 out-of-state events. I'm going to host my first retreat this year, which, yay, I'm excited. I'm going to pay off my car and I'm going to pay off my credit card debt. I'm going to dance freely. So I'm going to let y'all in on something that I tell my friends all the time. And actually, they already know, but I do not know how to dance at all. I am very uncoordinated. I've been teased about it when I was younger. And so I've always felt subconscious about dancing in public because I don't know how to dance. However, I'm trying to be free and live my best life. So I'm going to get more and more comfortable with just dancing freely and moving in whatever way feels good to me and not being afraid to just put myself out there. And y'all, that is a huge, huge goal for me. I'm also going to read 12 plus books this year. I read a lot, but what I do notice is there's been some books that I've started and stopped, and because of the time that I haven't been putting a lot of effort into finishing a lot of books. So I'm definitely going to read a minimum of 12 books this year. I'll be sharing more books with you on the podcast as well. And then if you ever need a book recommendation, you can always go to my Amazon bookstore, and I'll drop the link to that in the show notes. So that way you can check it out if you need a book to read, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, business, self-help, it'll be there for you. Two other goals that I want to share. I want to save 5 to 10% of my annual income. And I want to cultivate, as I mentioned before, new relationships in personal and my business life. So those are some of the goals that I have set for 2019. They are written down in multiple places. I've created my vision board, so I am ready to go. And again, I would love to hear about the goals that you set for yourself. Next up is your action step. I want you to make a list of books that you want to read. I'm all about personal development and personal growth. And so I want you to make a list of books that you are going to read this year. Again, I'm going to link to my Amazon bookstore for you to get to share some recommendations with you. But yes, that's your action step for the week. And then next up is Dope Women Doing Dope Things. And this week I want to highlight my mentee, Tiara. She is an inspiring DJ, and we've been working together for months now, actually, probably a year. But then we stopped chit-chatting for a little bit, and now we've been very consistent with every day throughout the week. I am coaching her and mentoring her. She's in her early 20s, and she has this big dream to be a DJ and to travel. And so she's already doing work here in Cleveland. She's DJ'd for me at one of my events. I've connected her with some amazing women in Cleveland. And so she's doing a thing. And I'm so proud of her because she's doing the work that I suggest. And she's starting to reap the benefits of that with getting consistent DJ gigs. And so I want to shout her out because number one, I'm proud of her for doing the work. She's listening to what I'm sharing with her, and she's starting to reap the benefits of that. And if you're in the Cleveland, Akron area and you're looking for a DJ for any event, definitely check her out. Her website is djqueenczr.com. And again, I will link that in the show notes. I also want to share a book that I'm currently reading, which is Becoming by Michelle Obama. And if you are not reading it, y'all, get your life. It is so, so good. I'm actually listening to the audiobook, and it's the next book that we're going to be reading in the Be Free Inner Circle. So I'm excited that we're reading it together. Well, we're going to start reading it together. I'm reading it ahead of time, but it is our next book, and we're going to have a discussion about it, and it's going to be really good. So I highly recommend. There's so many great things happening in the Be Free Inner Circle, from our book club to my monthly coaching lessons and coaching calls, resources, accountability. Like, I just love how this group, this global community is growing and the things that are happening in there. So if you want to know more about the Be Free Inner Circle and to become a member, go to BeFreeInnerCircle.com. I want to wish you a happy new year. I wish you a prosperous, successful year, and I really want you to show up for yourself in a big way. And until next time, girl, be free.